The question number 19, the penultimate question in the end of term exam questions, it is to find derivatives implicitly. Implicit derivation is when you have two terms, two variables. Now let's look into it. Here you can see you are defined for y dash of x, where x squared y squared minus 2x equals 4 minus 4y. You can see x is over here and y is there. So what you need to do is derive it implicitly. That is, just do the derivation. This is a function x. We derive with respect to what over here? When you look over here, you can see it's with respect to x, isn't it? So whenever you have x, it's normal derivation. It will be just 2x. But when you derive with y, you always have to derive it normally and add, y dash, the derivation of y as well. We will do it now. You'll understand it. Let's apply the derivation now. You do not need to rearrange this and get all terms at one side because it's direct implicit differentiation. Understand where it's product rule, quotient rule, and chain rule. You can see this is one term, so it's a product rule here. It'll be like u dash v plus uv dash. What will happen over here? It will be 2x, that's the derivation of the first term, into y squared plus x squared into 2y. See, if it was x, you just derive it as 2y, but now you have to write its derivative also, y dash. You can write y dash of x, or let's just write it as y dash. It's understood because the derivative is with respect to x. Now, why we don't write 2x into x dash? Because the derivative of x dash means dx by dx, that is equal to 1. Only when y implicitly we are doing other variable, that's why we write it like this. Okay, that y dash means it's dy by dx. If it was, this is y dash. If it was x dash, it would mean dx by dx. That's 1, so we don't write it basically. Now then, the first part is over. Minus 2, because x will become 1, equals, what is 4? Derivative of 4 is 0, minus 4. Now, derivative of 4y would be 4. Derivative of 4x is just 4, but 4y is 4 into y dash. Now, what do you want is y dash of x. Now, this y dash means it is y dash of x. Okay, y dash is equal to y dash of x. I'm just not writing because it'll be simpler. Now, let's keep all the y dash at one side. Now, this is positive, so I'll leave it over here. This negative 2x into y square, I'll take it to the other side. Minus 4 times y dash, I'll bring it to the other side. So it'll become x squared. I'll write 2 first, 2x squared y into y dash plus 4y dash. That's derivative of y. And this 2 to the other side will be plus 2. And this will be minus 2xy squared. You are supposed to find y dash. So let's take this common out, this and this. If you remove this common out, what's remaining? Remaining with 2x squared y plus 4, that is equal to 2 minus 2xy squared. Now take this to the other side, it will be y dash equals 2 minus 2xy squared divided by 2x squared y plus 4. This is y dash of x. This is the answer. Now this is the answer. They have told to find the tangent line. This is the implicit derivative. Now substitute the x and y value. X is 2, y is, so y dash will be equal to 2 minus 2 times, what is x value? It's 2, and y is minus 2 the whole square divided by 2 into 2 square into minus 2 plus 4. You can use the calculator over here. It'll be 2 square is 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, so it's 2 minus 16. And again, it's 2 square is 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, but it's negative 16 here. Why? Here the sign dissolves. When you square the negative 2, it will be positive 4. And it's positive, only this sign remains. But here there is minus 2, which will be minus 4. And lastly, we have plus 4. That will be equal to negative 14 divided by minus 12. That is 7 by 6 positive. So this is basically the answer. This is the slope of the tangent line. Now, you know the equation for the tangent line, isn't it? We have done this before. I will just write it over here itself at the side. Now, this is done. That's the first part. I'll change the color now. That's not required to be written. That's for understanding only. This was the product rule thing. Now, here, we need to write the equation of the tangent line. That is given by y minus y naught equals m into x minus x naught, or you can write a different variation of this, that's fine. Whatever you know, these values will be considered to be x naught, y naught. Now what we do, the y value, just substitute over here, minus y naught is negative 2 equals 7 by 6. We have found this. Y dash is basically the m value, okay? M is equal to y dash into x minus x naught is 2. Now simplified, will be y plus 2 equals 7 by 6 of x minus 2. So what I'll do is I'll just multiply this outside, the distributive property. What I mean is 7 by 6 is multiplied to x and minus 7 times 2 by 6. Here you will get y plus 2 equals 7 by 6x minus 1 time 3 times, it will be 7 by 3. Let's take this 2 to the other side. It will be y equals 7 by 6x minus 7 thirds plus 2. So if you want to write this, it will be multiply this by 3 on both the sides. This is going to be, you can put in the calculator, but otherwise it will just be plus, multiply 3 and 3, it will be 6 by 3. And now you can do it's negative 1/3. Okay, the answer will be negative 1/3 over here. The final answer would be y equals 7 by 6x minus 1/3. So this is your final equation. This was the slope formula, slope value. That's the answer. If you have written all this, you should get the full marks, and that is what has been asked over here. Now, to find why do we do the implicit derivation? It is to find the slope of the tangent line. Derivative would be slope of the tangent line. Once you have found the slope, just apply in the equation over here, equation of any line. Now, we are just the slope is of the tangent line. That means the equation of the tangent line. So that's how we get it. Let's just double check answers. It will be the same methods are done over here, I believe. Let's see the answer. It's 7 by 6. We got the same one. And then finally, okay, now we have done all the simplification, but they have stopped at this step itself. Y plus 2, 7 by 6, x minus 2. So you can't stop over there. But it doesn't, if you know the simplification, this is distributive property of multiplying inside and this to the other side, you can do this in calculator, you'll directly get the answers. So it's up to you. You can go till over here, it's fine. Otherwise, they have stopped over here, that's also correct. So this is how we basically do it. The graph is not required. Don't go to, the graph won't be given. This is just for your extra understanding. It's not possible for us to draw the accurate graph of this. So it's just for the understanding. Now here in this problem, they have told us to find explicitly and implicitly. That means we have to do both. What is explicit, by the way? Explicit is, you have to get y at one side and all the other terms at other side. Like, for example, this is the equation, right? Let's rearrange this. Y alone, let's keep 4y squared equals 8 minus x squared. Take 4 to the other side. It will be y squared equals 8 minus x squared by 4. You can simplify, the square root. So square root on both the sides would give us square root of 8 minus x squared by 4. Now if you simplify it further, you will get square root 8 minus x squared divided by 2. Okay, this is y alone at one side, and we have all the other terms over here, and we solve it. This is explicit. Okay, this is explicit derivative. Now if it's implicit, what happens is we just apply derivative on both the sides. Say x squared plus 4y squared equals 8. Take the function as it is. You don't need to change. Now you just derive. Now let's do the derivation over here first. What is the derivation of root x? It's 1 by 2 root x, right? So let's take y equals half outside, and it will be 1 by 2 root x, that is 8 minus x squared. But it's not over. There is a chain rule. What is this derivative? It will be minus 2x. The derivative of minus x squared is minus 2x. And we can simplify. See, this half cancels over here. Negative remains. Oh, there is one more half. So it will be y equals, wait, instead of that, what I'll do is, just for easy understanding, I will just cancel this half. So this 2 and 2 is gone. So you're remaining with negative half multiplied by 1 by root of 8 minus x squared. This is the answer. This is now, oh, I forgot to write, it's y dash, okay? That's the answer. Now when we derive over here, it may not be the same thing. Let's do it. It's 2x plus 4 into 2y into y dash equals 0, because derivation of 8 will be 0. Just derive both the sides. Now what happens? Rearrange. Take the 2x to the other side. It will be 4 into 2 is 8. I will write over here 8y into y dash equals minus 2x. Y dash is equal to, take 8y to the other side, minus 2x by 8y. Wasn't this so easy? Now directly you got it. But there is a drawback. Here, can you see any y term at the right side? No, right? Only with x you can easily solve. I mean, obviously you can find y from here, but only x is there in this. But here what happens is, you will have x and y in the right side term. This is implicitly, because you have a term in terms of y also. But now I will show you why they are equal. Let's substitute this x and y and solve the slope. For this, y dash is equal to what? Negative half into 1 divided by 8 minus, what is x value? It's 2 square, the whole square root. You can just put in the calculator to do it, but let's solve it over here. Half into, what happens here is 8 minus 2 square is 4, and when you take this out, what happens? 8 minus 4 square root is 2 over here, okay? Half, negative half into half will be negative 1/4. I just realized that I forgot the x value here. This x value remains up over here, okay? I'm so sorry for that. I just canceled 2 and just forgot the x. Over here there is x substitution. The x value is 2 and we will have 2. So over here, what's the answer? Negative half. Negative half will be the answer. That's the correct answer. Now what about over here? Here just substitute negative 2 into x value is 2 divided by, you can even simplify this to be 1 by 4. It's up to you. Or y is 1. So this is negative 4 by 8, that is negative half. So you can see the slope, the derivative of the slope, tangent line. The derivative is the slope of the tangent line. That is equal in both the cases. Whether you do implicitly or explicitly, it doesn't matter. The answer will be the same. But you can see for explicit, it's such a long procedure, whereas implicit was so simple. That's why whenever you have two terms like this on both the sides, implicit derivative makes your problems very easy. Okay? Now you can see that's the answer, negative half on both the sides. We will move on to the next problem. Here it's the same thing, it's just that you have to use product rule and 2 places and then solve it up. Please do try solving this. It's basic derivation, that's it, nothing much over here. You can see explicitly, this is just applied the derivative and that's all. And then you can do the substitution, right? Because if you do the simplification over here, it'll just take a crazy lot of time. Whereas implicitly, you can get a more refined answer. I mean, this is more simplified. You can say there is no distributive property here. If you start multiplying this, it's going to take a long time, and it's in terms of square. But if you do implicitly, it's more reliable or more easier to interpret this equation. And if you substitute the answers, both the sides, you will get the same answer. You can check by substituting these two values. Here only x substitution. your x and y, you will get the same answer. So that's how we can do it. Same thing, guys. If it's cos, please make sure you remember the trigonometric derivative. Cos is negative sine, and the same thing is done over here, and you will get the same answer. The answer is 0 in both the cases. You can see when y dash of x, that's when you substitute 0, you get 0 on both the sides. Please do them by yourselves. It's the same thing. It's just explicit and implicit derivatives. So that's it. Again, I'm looking for any other different type of problems, but now over here in these problems 5 to 16, you just have to derive them implicitly, nothing else. So it's so easy. Now we will do, say, one of the problem here. First, over here, what happens is, this is a little complicated because there's a square root and then product rule. How do you solve this? So first, when you derive it, it'll be 1 by 2 root of x and y. Then derive whatever is inside. You have to use the product rule over here. It'll be x dash, that is 1 multiplied by y plus x into y dash, minus 2 comes down to be 8y into y dash. Only when there is y, you need to apply this y dash, equals 0. So you can simplify this. It'll be y plus xy dash divided by 2 root xy minus 8y into y dash. So this can be split out, distributive property. So you will get y divided by 2 root xy plus xy dash divided by 2 root xy minus 8y y dash. Take this term to the other side, keep both the y dash together. So that can be done. So xy dash divided by 2 root xy remains, and minus 8y into y dash remain. That will be equal to the negative value of this 2 root xy. Why? Because we moved it to the other side. Now here I'll just remove the y dash. I'll just write it out over here. I'm just removing the y dash outside. So what's remaining is x divided by 2 root xy minus 8y and equals y divided by 2 root xy. I just realized I made it a bit more complicated because when it goes down, it'll be complicated. Now what I'll do is whatever is remaining, I'll take the LCM and simplify this. See, now this is all correct. The answer might vary because it just depends on how you simplify it. Here, I'll just take the LCM of this. LCM in the sense, I'll multiply the denominator up and down over here as well. It'll be x minus 8y into 2 root xy divided by 2 root xy over here. That is equal to negative y times 2 root xy. Now this is all multiplication, right? So I can just take this to the other side and this cancels. See, I'll just show you, this cancels with this. Why? Because they are all multiplication. And now basically this goes to the denominator. Whatever is over here just goes to the denominator. Y dash equals minus y divided by x minus 8y. Now I'll simplify this. 8 times 2 is 16y root xy. So this would be the answer. This is a simplified answer. Let's see what is the answer over here. So yeah, it's the same thing. Now they have simplified further to change the negative sign. That's not required, but this is fine. Minus y by x minus 16y root xy. That is, say, the same answer what we got. Over here, what they have done is they have removed negative sign from here and made it positive. That's not required. You know, if you keep it like this, more than enough. This is the correct answer itself. So they have not mentioned anyway, keep it positive or negative. So this is how we solve it implicitly. You can see the steps. I'll just mark the steps over here. It'll be, this is the first step, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7. You can do it in different method as well, but ultimately the answer will be same. See, my steps are a little different. Over here they have done a little different. Whichever is easy. Okay, now I just realized that I also realized that you can also try squaring initially, squaring, but it's just that you have to, no, it'll be more complicated, I believe. So, anyways, depends on which step you use. Ultimately, the answer will be same. Please do try the other problems by yourselves. Just algebraic, keep on solving, you'll get the answers. Even over here, you can see all the answers are worked out. You can refer to this. And if you want to know where you can find this presentation, please do click on the description. There's a link over there and you can download the presentation. So these are all the worked out answers. And even over here, just that, the chain rule, product rule, it might go lengthy. So please make sure you, derive each of this part properly. Understand the derivation of each and everything and then solve it up. So here also the same thing, there's square root and everything. When you just implicitly derive only one side. Now there is again, see, the thing is the same thing. We did this at the beginning. Here you need to do implicit derivation. And only thing is then you need to find y dash value. So in this, there's a easy method. Now, for example, this is not so complicated. It's an easy problem. Now let's just do this quickly. See what happens. Let's derive this throughout. Here you'll get y dash minus, there is product rule here. It will be 2x into y square plus x square into 2y into y dash, that is equal to 1. This negative 1 becomes 0. Now minus is multiplied inside. Y dash is equal to, sorry, not equal to, minus 2xy square minus x square 2y dash equals 1. So y dash over here, and then over here also there is y dash, x square into 2y dash, that is equal to, this goes to the other side, 1 plus 2x 2y square x, it's the same thing. Now here y dash is removed out. 1 minus x square 2y equals so much. Here you can basically stop and just substitute. See, even over here, if you want, you can just substitute the values and then simplify as well. From just this step to this step, you can, because we do not need to do for y dash, but we are just doing so it's simpler and easy to understand. Now this is the answer, right? So it's 1 minus x squared 2y. All you need to do is substitute the x1, y1, x value and y value here, and then get the y dash. Now you do not need to solve until here. You can even stop anywhere over here. Then you will have a y dash over here minus some number y dash equals so much. Then you can simplify as well. It will be the same answer. It's up to you. If you don't want to do all these steps because they're telling you to find tangent equation, you can just do implicit derivation over here. Implicit derivation is over here. This is just rearranging. And then when you substitute y dash value, you will get the answer. So that is also correct. It's up to you. When there is tangent line, you have done. So you technically must get full marks itself. This is correct. This is correct. And over here you substituted and got y dash. It's fine. But over here, you can do more, solve it more in detail and then get the answer. And the tangent line we have done a while ago, y minus y naught equals m into x minus x naught. The m value is what we are solving, that is y dash value. Here also there is a tangent line problem. These are easy itself. Just remember the formulas, how to simplify and then apply, and then you'll get the answer. Very straightforward. So that's how we solve the 19th question. There's only one more to go. Please make sure you practice more and more problems and be thorough with the topic.